What would you tell this group? What would be an effective mechanism of outreach to help influence young adults to abstain?
I think three main things that, this question really struck me when I got the email. It's just such an important thing, being able to vocalize this message to younger people. And I think one thing that struck me is that, you know that 80s movie with John Cusack, Say Anything, where he holds a stereo above his head outside the girl's house? And there's a scene where John Cusack and his girlfriend, who they've only known each other for about a month or two, they sleep together, and the girl comes home the next morning, and her dad has been up all night wondering where she was. And they have a very close relationship between the two. And he says to her, I don't know what you were doing, I don't know where you were, but I want you to know that you should be able to say anything to me as your father. And she says, we slept together. And he doesn't flip out, he doesn't get angry. He disapproves of her decision and the choices she's made, but ultimately he still cares about her well-being and knowing that she's okay and that they're still close together. And I think something that can sometimes be lacking in the message that we convey is that idea of, even if you do make a mistake, and we know there's so many reasons why you should never engage in this behavior in the first place, but even if you do, we're still there. We're still forgiving and loving no matter what. And two other things is, if you're not speaking to your kids on a normal basis about everything else, if you're not asking them how their day at school was, if you don't know what your kids' friends' names are, if you don't know what music they like listening to, or what their favorite movies are you really going to feel comfortable talking about their sex? Is it there? Okay. And if you can't talk about those normal everyday things, then how do you know you can talk to them about the most important things? So as much as you need to be talking to them about the talk, being able to have a talk on a daily basis. So they'll sense that comfort level, and it'll be so much easier. And the third thing is, don't put yourself on that same level where you say you know what they're going through, because I think a lot of parents would be surprised of the kind of social and cultural landscape that their child is traversing on a daily basis, because the kids are getting younger and younger. And we say, yeah, we understand what you're going through, but at the same time, we don't really, because this culture is going on a downhill slope. And we really need to be able to say, we might not know what you're going through, but please tell us, and please let us be able to connect with you. And let us have that understanding and that conversation, and keep that dialogue up.